Hi everyone, it's Chanel here with your weekly Oracle card reading for the week of June 9th through the 15th, 2014. This week we are going to use Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy deck. And we're going to choose 4 cards to see what's going to happen for the upcoming energy this week. I hope most of you found that you had a more peaceful week last week. I know for myself, I definitely felt that in the energy. A sense of clarity, a sense of peace, a sense of just kind of relaxation and rest that was well needed last week after a few weeks of kind of craziness and chaos. So there's 4 cards. Let's see what they have to say. For our first card, if you get nervous, focus on service. Second card, release. The third card is visualize success. And the 4th card is be willing to forgive. It's an interesting read this week. So, oh, sorry, it's out of focus. Hold on. There we go. So they're telling me that this is really about having a plan. Having a vision of what you want to do with your life and creating a plan to get there. Some things will need to be released to be able to get to that place. And that's the same with forgiveness. Forgiveness releases us. And, you know, often it's about forgiving ourselves. We are our own worst enemies when it comes to judgment. We are very hard on ourselves. I know that's myself and many people I know and love, yet we are the hardest on ourselves. So be willing to forgive. I also feel like the being willing to forgive card is about the energies over the past few weeks and taking the time to share forgiveness with those that are needed. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to forgive them face to face, but it does mean that you need to forgive them at least spiritually. And doing that, you know, forgiving yourself on one side and forgiving them on the other, because it's important to forgive on both sides to create that final break. As well, that will release you from what no longer serves you. So the other thing about the release is letting go of those things that no longer serve you. And it feels like visualize success, and if you get nervous, focus on service. Release speaks to moving into that place of doing the things that you love to do. And this doesn't necessarily mean a career shift, but it means embracing those things that you are, you've always wanted to do. Is there something that you've been wanting to do forever? You know, take a yoga class or take a drawing class. Maybe you want to take up running. Maybe you want to go vegetarian. Maybe you want to stop being a vegetarian. Who knows? It really feels like it's important to focus on the things that you want in your life and start to create a plan. It's interesting because last night I had the urge to redo my vision board, and it's on my list of things to do. And it seems like it's a constant process for me, that sometimes the vision board's great for weeks and months, and other times it's days and it feels like it's time to do it again because things have shifted and changed, and it needs to reflect those changes that are happening in my life. So really look at that for yourself as well. It feels like this week is really about embracing the future and the stepping forward. So this week might be about a tiny, tiny baby step, and that baby step is just making some decisions about what is important in your life and what do you want to embrace and what do you want to move forward with. Maybe it's about picking one book that will help you to move you along your spiritual path, something that you can read that will inspire you and move you forward. Maybe it's about going out and doing something that you haven't done, but really make it small. It doesn't have to be big. It just feels like there needs to be movement. Absolutely a little bit of movement in the forward direction. And that's partially just, like I said, with the forgiveness, about clearing up the energies over the past few weeks. Now we are in Mercury retrograde, so whatever we were working on this past week is going to continue to carry through for the next, I believe it's 2 weeks that we're in Mercury retrograde. So be aware that those things are going to keep coming up. So hence forgiveness and release, and just keep on working through them over the next few weeks until we get out of Mercury retrograde. Also know that retrograde will bring communication problems and electronics problems as well, so be aware. But if you keep a positive mindset, you'll move through retrograde no problem. There you go. That's your reading for the upcoming week. Sounds pretty good to me. Moving forward, moving in a positive direction, keep a positive mindset and positive thoughts out there, and begin to create what you really want for the future, letting go of those things that have come up over the past few weeks that, you know, have challenged you. It feels like the challenges during retrograde will be really minor, thank goodness. But it feels like it will continue to come up. It's the universe's way of testing us to make sure that we're true to what we've learned over the past few weeks. So as those feelings and emotions come up over the things that you've been dealing with, you know, acknowledge them, accept them, take the lesson from them, and then let them go. Release them and let them go. It'll help you move through the process a lot quicker and easier because you're not holding on to those feelings and emotions. You're just accepting them, giving thanks for them, and then letting them go. So until next week, from my heart and soul to yours, I will see you later.